Imagine a town where the very fabric of reality is torn apart, where monsters from another dimension lurk in the shadows, and where every day is a battle for survival. Welcome to Hawkins, Indiana. A town that, for years, has been plagued by the horrors of the Upside Down. In the world of Stranger Things, it's not just the creatures from the dark dimension that make life hard, but the emotional and personal struggles that follow. In this video, we're diving deep into Season 5 of Stranger Things, and exploring why it truly sucks to be in Hawkins. Section 1. The constant battle against the Upside Down. From the very first season, Hawkins has been at the center of a supernatural war between the human world and the mysterious, dark mirror dimension, the Upside Down. But as we move into Season 5, the stakes have never been higher. The battle isn't just against the creatures that crawl out of the darkness, it's against the very fabric of reality itself. The Upside Down isn't some isolated threat, it's intertwined with Hawkins, constantly twisting and reshaping the town. The veil between the two worlds grows thinner, and each fight feels like it's part of a never-ending cycle. For the residents of Hawkins, the terrifying creatures, Demogorgons, Mind Flayers, and the new threats introduced in Season 5 are just the beginning. The fear of the unknown is ever present, and as the world of the Upside Down starts leaking more and more into Hawkins, the town becomes a war zone. It's not just a fight for survival, but a fight to keep the very essence of their world intact. Section 2. The emotional toll, personal loss, growing up, and surviving. Beyond the physical battles, the emotional toll of surviving in Hawkins is overwhelming. The characters we know and love, like Eleven, Mike, Dustin, and the rest, aren't just fighting monsters, they're also grappling with the complexities of growing up. They're dealing with loss, change, and the uncertainty of what their future holds in a world constantly under threat. Think about the emotional scars Eleven bears. She has been used as a weapon, manipulated by those she trusted, and repeatedly dragged into life or death situations. As she matures, she has to balance her responsibilities as a protector of Hawkins with the need to reclaim her own identity and agency. It's a heavy burden, one that weighs on her in ways that extend far beyond the battles. Then there's the dynamic between the kids and their families. The Upside Down world may be their literal enemy, but the emotional fallout from loss, whether it's the death of a friend, a family member, or the strain on relationships, is just as destructive. The emotional toll of what they've experienced has built walls between them, creating tension and conflict that isn't as easily solved as slaying a monster. Section 3. The responsibility to protect loved ones and the town. As if the constant threats from the Upside Down weren't enough, the characters are also weighed down by the responsibility to protect their loved ones. Hawkins is more than just a town, it's home, and the people who live there are their family. Whether it's Eleven defending her friends, Steve stepping up to protect the kids, or Hopper taking on the role of a father figure, each character feels a sense of duty to the people around them. In Season 5, this sense of responsibility is even more heightened. The world they've known is crumbling, and protecting Hawkins from the threat of the Upside Down feels like a never-ending mission. They don't have the luxury of a normal life, no time for school dances or carefree days. The fate of the town, and perhaps the world, rests in their hands. Section 4. Leadership roles and guidance. The roles that Eleven, Steve, and Hopper take on in Season 5 are central to the narrative. Each of them steps into a leadership role, though not without personal struggles and doubt. Eleven, once a girl with immense power who didn't fully understand her place in the world, is now forced to face the responsibilities of her abilities. She's not just fighting for herself anymore, she's fighting for the future of Hawkins. Steve, always the big brother figure, has grown into a protector of the younger kids. He may not have the supernatural abilities that Eleven does, but his leadership skills, empathy, and loyalty make him a crucial part of the team. Steve's journey in Season 5 shows that heroism doesn't always come from powers, it comes from heart. And Hopper? Well, he's become a father figure to Eleven and a protector of the town. His leadership is grounded in experience. Having seen the horrors firsthand, he knows what's at stake. But his journey in Season 5 is as much about reconciling with his past and finding his purpose as it is about protecting Hawkins. Section 5. Confrontations with new and old threats. In the world of Hawkins, the monsters aren't just physical. In Season 5, the characters are forced to confront both new and familiar threats. The horrifying creatures from the Upside Down are still lurking, but the emotional and psychological monsters are just as dangerous. The characters are dealing with trauma from past battles, growing up in a world where survival is never guaranteed, and trying to find hope in a seemingly hopeless situation. But the new threats aren't just creatures, they are the consequences of their past actions. The villains from earlier seasons, like Vecna, continue to cast long shadows over their lives, and the mistakes of the past come back to haunt them in the form of old enemies and alliances that threaten to destabilize everything. Conclusion. So why does it suck to be in Hawkins? Because every day is a battle. It's not just about fighting monsters from the Upside Down, it's about facing the emotional, physical, and psychological toll of living in a town that's under constant siege. From the weight of leadership to the pain of personal loss, the characters of Stranger Things are forced to navigate a world that never gives them a break. Yet, despite all of this, there's something resilient about Hawkins. The characters keep fighting, not just for themselves, but for their town, their loved ones, and each other. They face unimaginable odds and emerge stronger because, in the end, survival isn't just about defeating the monsters. It's about finding hope in the darkest of times. So, while it may suck to be in Hawkins, it's also a place where heroes are made, bonds are strengthened, and the fight for the future is worth every sacrifice. What do you think about the struggles of Hawkins and its residents? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Stranger Things breakdowns and discussions. Until next time, stay safe, and don't let the Upside Down